On the record. Yes, so I know.
Great, rolling on that, rolling on that, rolling on that. Just gonna give a sync clap, guys.
Desiree, can you talk about your time at DWS? What was it like on the inside?
In my mind, and I thought we were all open about this, I was being brought in to fix the problems, right? And it was my job as their first sustainability officer to come in and align the entire platform. What freaked me out, what was really far out about this company, was this disregard for accuracy when it came to non-financial reporting, in particular, their ESG assets under management and their ESG capabilities. And so when it came to nailing down the annual report, I dug my heels in and just said, internally, we're making certain statements, right? We acknowledge we don't have a tracking system. We acknowledge that we have, some holes in our capabilities. We can't then contradict that and make external statements in contrast, right? That's misrepresentation. And misrepresentation, if material, is securities fraud. And that's what I pushed up against. And that's really a story. This is a story not about how green their investments were. It's a story about misrepresentation.
When you said you dug your heels in, what happened at that point?
It culminates in my last board meeting where I just go in there and more or less pound the table and ask for radical, urgent change. I expected that day to get answers, and unfortunately the answer was my termination. The next thing you know, my reputation is being ruined in the market, and this is going to be really challenging. Like, how am I going to overcome this to get another job?
It's been a year since you were terminated, and you subsequently went public. How are you feeling about that now? Any regrets?
No. I wanted to get the record straight on everything, and I wanted the market to hear my side, but also just stopping all this propaganda and trying to pop the green bubble here. The market had successfully mobilized trillions of dollars into ESG investments, but we're not moving the needle here. It's all great to sign up for net zero pledges, to state that diversity is at the heart of everything you do as a company. But I wanted to address that all of these inputs, these aspirations, these initiatives haven't yet led to outcomes, right? We need to get back on track. I just felt, like if I'm blowing the whistle, I'm going all the way.
Since you went public, DWS's offices have been raided by the police. The CEO has been replaced and investigations are ongoing. Do you feel vindicated at all?
A little bit. Certainly, the first part of this little vindication came when DWS published their 2021 annual report this year, and they marked down their ESG assets under management by 75%, as reported by the Financial Times. I do think that this is going to lead to better practice. Nothing raises the bar on Wall Street better than an enforcement action. I think a very bad event is going to lead to something good. I think that this whole saga, culminating with this police raid, is the wake-up call for the ESG market. A sustainability officer is not a marketing officer. A sustainability officer should be considered as a compliance officer. And that is, I think, and and I hope is happening right now, that there is more of a focus to make ESG real.
Asset managers and the financial sector broadly are continuing to bank on ESG as a source of revenue. Do you believe anyone else is buying it?
ESG could be as much as 50% of net inflows at asset managers. This is a sizable business, and I do believe sustainable investing is here to stay. I'm still a true believer in this. Today, this market is facing two challenges. Number one, folks are questioning it. There's skepticism about what's real, right? What's impactful? Where's my money actually going to? And then secondly, we've got the macroeconomic challenges, right? We have inflation running amok. And suddenly, we do have a chunk of this market, second guessing ESG and kind of saying, well, hold on a second. This was a winning strategy over the last couple of years. But actually, that was around growth equity. And now with the pullback in the market, right, a number of investors are saying, you know what? I'm, happy to go back to value investing. And it looks like there's good value in energy companies in the mining sector and materials. So I do think that there's going to be a bit of a setback. I mean, there's no doubt we're witnessing this. ESG investing has lost a lot of its luster. We needed this correction. It was never appropriate to tell the market that there is guaranteed outperformance from investing in an ESG portfolio, right? We did not have the data on that. ESG was never a guarantee of alpha outperformance.
Desiree, what's your advice to people who might be similarly positioned and thinking about coming forward to blow the whistle?
If someone has real conviction, you have to speak up. That's part of your job if you're operating in sustainability or ESG. And with what I've done and others, and there are many others, right, I would say to those folks, if you truly believe it, you have to speak up. And now you have cover. You have, the German, federal police raid at Deutsche Bank's headquarters and DWS's headquarters. I do think, especially this last action on the part of authorities, is sending shivers down, many corporate executive spines. And they're going to think twice about squashing, right, dissent within the ranks or squashing questioning within the ranks. It's a more protective environment today to speak out.